You're listening to the Board Game Snobs podcast, a ridiculous podcast with ridiculous hosts that discuss ridiculous things. And any mention of board games is purely coincidental. And so, without further ado, and with a heavy dollop of shame and embarrassment on my part, I give you the Board Game Snobs.
Go, Bubba. Go. Welcome to another edition of BGG 2020, episode number 2. Where we're rocking and doing things crazy. You know we got it going good. What are we playing, fellas? Introduce yourselves again today. Let's read the book.
Gobby.
This is Jerry.
Mike.
This is Mike.
That's Mike.
This is Stanley.
This is day 2.
Stanley. Nobody knows you as Stanley.
A.K.A. Bubba.
There
Bubba.
you go.
This is day 2. We're coming at you live, and we have recently...
Not live.
We are very much
I
alive.
wish you would quit using that phrase.
Why?
It is inappropriate for
It's
a
not
podcast.
inappropriate. We are live right now. People are listening.
No one is listening to us right now.
Mike, are you listening to me?
Could we technically say, we're recording live? We're recording live.
Why do you have to try
We
to
have no
make...
live
Why
listeners.
complicate things?
Because you just used the wrong
Hey,
terminology.
that
and it
lady that
irritates
we
them.
helped in
You're
the
such a
elevator right
Karen.
next door, she's listening.
There's the neighbors because you've been so loud because you got mad because
Sorry,
we called you out
I
on your
raised my voice.
anti-cottage cheese.
I raised my
You
voice.
hate curds.
And I...
Wait a
curds
minute.
and whey.
Curds is actually an ethnic
That is an ethnicity.
You may
I
have-
don't like curds and whey, as in
Gotcha.
curds of cheese.
Gotcha. We do
not
not.
Turks and curds.
We do not need any emails.
No.
But do we have
Turks and
Turkish
Caicos?
listeners? Send us an email.
I believe Hammam Zamam, he listens to us. He is, I don't know what ethnicity, but I believe he's from Saudi Arabia.
You're
Gotcha.
making some dangerous assumptions there, buddy.
No, I know he's from there. He listens to us. He bought a shirt.
Thank
and he
you.
posts on Instagram.
And
Shout out to Hammam.
shipping was probably horrific.
But I think on sirmeeple.com, if you put in the code Zoinka, because that used to be my catchphrase from like
I'm glad
episode 3.
I'm glad you stopped that.
Zoinka,
That was
zoinka.
awful.
I'm going to fire it back up.
Why?
By the way,
likes it.
I think that was a very subtle and very nice plug, by the way. Very nice
it's
plug.
awful.
It made
Very
you
good plug.
It's just a thing. It's like Baba Booey. Like, what is it? It's nothing. It's stupid. Makes no
exactly.
sense.
That all I agree with all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Anyways, day 2 of BGG has been rather eventful. We spent many of hours playing with our dear, is he a friend now?
Who?
Friend of the show, Joffrey,
Yes.
and Rachel. And also Chris, was it Christopher? What's his IG name?
Christopher Preston.
Preston.
Although his IG is CP Wilson, which is somewhat confusing.
A pseudonym.
Is
Christopher's
your
the one with the hair, right?
Yes. The gorgeous hair.
His
Nice
hair-
looking fellow.
You just moved. Yeah.
He's from Oklahoma. He's
Oklahoma.
in Oklahoma.
Seminole.
Which is my name.
Maybe we shouldn't dox him.
Maybe we shouldn't dox him, by the way.
Why did we just...
I just said Oklahoma. Notice I said Oklahoma. That's all I
I'm
said.
sorry. I was very excited.
Go ahead.
That's the most info Seminole has ever had.
Okay, he's literally, yeah. We should probably just leave this in. We've
Okay.
doxed a fan. And he's our only fan. So
Coming to you soon.
That's right.
to you soon. So if anybody
But he does have really nice hair. I wish I had luscious hair that I could shave. This is a look. Shave the sides, spike the middle.
That's true.
Awesome.
It is
I
very
love
awesome.
it.
I like it
And
a
it's super
lot.
cool. And he had a beard.
He did. He
I
was
wish I
fully
could grow a beard,
bearded. You
but my
cannot.
beard is like
Scraggly.
it's patchy.
Pubescent.
I'm like if I was a Native American, it'd be
Sickly.
Apache.
Mm.
I see what you did there. That's racist.
You have
and
offended-
you have
as
you have
Native
offended
Americans.
everybody.
I can't say that either.
No.
Jerry's
but
a
you're
native.
Choctaw. Can you
Jerry's a
approve
Native
it?
American.
No, I don't
He said,
approve
"Can you
that."
approve it?"
I can't approve that.
You can't
I'm
approve an
Choctaw.
Apache joke?
No.
I'm married to an Indian. I don't think I can do it
From
either.
Seminole, Oklahoma. Maybe Christopher can approve it.
Quit doxing our OnlyFans. There's like 5 people that live in Seminole. If they see somebody with nice hair, they're going to know who it is.
Hey, it's you.
It's you. It's Chris. Chris played
We played Art Decko with him.
a lovely game.
Art Decko.
Rio
Very good
Grande
night.
game called Art
Good one.
Decko.
Very nice.
But wait.
There's
Before we
more.
get into that,
Oh, you want to go
Okay.
all
Talk
ban-
about the gentleman.
this is
God,
this is
banter.
breaking news. As of
What
Wednesday,
did Post Malone do now?
well, he still has a baby on the way. But besides him, Wednesday, 25 May 2022.
It's passed.
So in case you're listening to this in the future and the sharks have taken over, I'm fixing to tell you why. Sharkano, an eruption of underwater volcano home to mutant sharks pictured by NASA's satellite.
Mutant how?
A NASA satellite has captured the moment a massive underwater volcano erupted in the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Researchers found that fish and sharks inhabit the superheated sulfur-infused acidic waters around the volcano and that they are producing mutated sharks.
Isn't that how Godzilla got here through his little portal?
Howard, no, that's
It says the sharks have mutated.
Pacific Rim.
Oh,
They have mutated to help them
Nice
cope
connection.
with the
Nice
extreme
connection.
conditions.
What,
like tuberculosis?
how are they mutated exactly? Do they have freaking laser beams attached to their head?
No, they
Freaking
they can help it, but this is my deal. Are you familiar with Shark Boy and Lava Girl
I am.
origin story?
That might work.
This is it.
A gritty reboot
That's where they come
of
from.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Who would play
Really?
Shark Boy?
Will Smith.
Tom Holland. He's in
Tom
everything.
No.
Tom Holland's in everything.
I
Can't
don't want
do
Tom,
Tom
Holland.
Holland.
I'm done with Tom Holland. I'm done with Tom Holland. Obviously, Lava Girl is Amber Heard. Who else would be?
Well, just go ahead and throw Johnny Depp in
Oh,
there
wait,
and
no,
see.
Because of the depth.
Stop.
You're right.
Make them work
Stop. We're
together.
not doing Heard Depp jokes.
Oh, okay, fine.
Weird.
Fine. Control my humor.
Let's see. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, they're like fully grown now, right? The
Mm.
originals. If they were to reboot Shark Boy, I mean, I don't know that many young actors
Let's talk about
or young girls.
Bubba's having a crisis.
I don't know. I don't know that many
Did you just
youthful
say
actors.
you don't many? Oh, okay.
Haley Joel Osment, is he still young?
Catch me
No.
out back.
Catch me
She
outside.
can be out. She can be
She
out.
doesn't need the money anymore.
Danielle Bregoli, I think is her name.
It's sad that you know that.
Why are you sad? Dr. Phil knows her name.
Nobody knows her name.
I was an avid Dr. Phil fan.
You
I was a Dr. Phil
you were
medicine
a
woman
Dr.
fan.
Phil impersonator. A fan and impersonator are two separate things.
I really liked Dr. Phil
Dr.
until
Phil
I
is
found out he was in
awful.
fact not a doctor.
Yeah, he's crap.
He's awful.
What's
Bubba's
Dr.
playing
Quinn?
stuff on his phone.
We can't have
That's actually-
copyrighted
I apologize.
music.
He's
Go
not
ahead.
a doctor.
No, he's not a
He's
doctor.
a counselor, right? He's a
not-
I mean,
certified
he's probably
counselor.
a doctor in the same way Dre's a doctor.
He's not licensed. That's all.
But
it
he's a
is.
counselor.
Yeah.
You don't. that
But
doesn't-
here's my thing. So, like, Taylor Swift just got an honorary doctorate.
A doctor, yeah.
Can you call yourself a doctor?
Yes.
If it's
Yes.
We
honorary?
have an doctor.
So,
Dr. Martin. Luther
Honorary
King.
counts.
Honorary counselor.
Dr. Martin Luther King.
His
Honorary
was honorary?
was
Oh,
it?
look at y'all. Both, neither
Was
one
it?
y'all don't know.
No.
Y'all are saying stuff you ain't back up.
No. That's who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of who it is. That's who am I mistaken on? Shoot, it's driving me insane.
You the one that jumped into this one. I was just saying, I don't think you should call yourself a doctor if it's honorary, because you know who they give those to? Rich celebrities. Taylor ain't no doctor.
So I'm gonna go and tell you something. You are inaccurate, but yet correct.
Thank you. That's me in a nutshell.
So
How?
and that Martin Luther King did get his doctorate in theology at Boston College, and when he went back, he went to school to got that. But a degree, and he received an honorary degree from another college.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
He
There you
actually
go.
did go to
But
school
he
to get
was
a
a
doctorate.
doctor in his first college.
He did get his doctorate in theology, yes.
Okay.
But he did get an honorary doctorate
So,
in another college.
Do you
Agree.
recognize PhDs as being doctors?
You should.
Are they
Golly.
honorary?
No, I'm just saying.
There's no PhDs. No, I'm talking about an honorary doctorate.
So there's somebody who's just been given an honor.
Yes. Like Taylor freaking Swift.
Why would
I don't
you-
think they give PhDs to honorary people.
Well, that's what that is. A doctorate. It's a PhD. It's honorary.
What was the
this-
in?
That is the definition. of it.
Being a fan of Tim McGraw, that's what her should be in. I mean, what? What can Taylor Swift do as a doctor?
So to your point,
Doctor of Tunes.
most recipients of honorary degrees don't use the title doctor in general correspondence, so you don't talk to them doctor every day.
So I'm not going to call her Dr. Swift.
But in formal correspondence, then you can
you
use
can't write me prescriptions for hydrocodone.
Yeah. Well,
So you think only medical doctors are doctors?
No. There's got to be a doctor, right? They have to have a doctor.
But you know, there's a
I
difference.
think you
doctorate.
don't know what this term means.
I don't. That's why I'm talking about it.
No, you're not talking about it. You're making wide decrees.
Okay, well,
saying-
then you tell me.
So do you think just a doctor, a medical doctor, is a doctor?
I'm going to say no.
Good.
Have you
No,
seen
I'm not
Big
asking you
Bang
what
Theory?
it is. I'm saying what you think it is.
A doctor
As a
is a
medical-
person that has a doctorate degree.
Okay. You're just spouting out words now. You don't even know what you're
Well,
talking
you
about.
tell me then.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm asking your opinion, and you're like, you
I'm
tell
not.
me.
I don't have an opinion. I'm telling
Yes, you do. You've been spent the last 10 minutes.
No, I've been
giving
talking
your
about Taylor
opinion.
Swift's honorary degree.
Nobody likes Taylor Swift. Nobody cares. Nobody likes Taylor
You're
Swift.
an idiot.
you like Taylor
You're an
Swift?
idiot for
Oh,
saying
no,
that.
I don't like
She has
Taylor
hundreds of millions of
Well,
fans.
look,
She's
She's
not any good.
extremely rich.
She doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything. She's not any
No,
good.
no. Okay, I may
I
have been
think there
stupid
are
a minute ago.
generations
of
Now
people
you're
who
looking
love
I am
stupid.
anti. It's my opinion. I'm anti Taylor Swift.
I feel you.
I
Okay,
didn't say I
okay.
was pro Taylor Swift.
Well, why are you going
I'm
on about it?
anti-honorary doctorate.
Out of the
Well, then
four
you're
people in
anti-Taylor
this
Swift
room,
'cause
though,
she's an
he
honorary
would be
doctor.
a
That's
Swiftie
true, too.
fan.
Well, see. So why are you attacking me? I'm trying to back
We're
you
on the
up.
same team. You were attacking me
I didn't
about
attack
asking,
you.
do I know what a
I
doctorate
didn't attack
is?
you. I asked you a question, and you feel that's
Now, I will say,
attacking you. Then you are an
just for
idiot.
context, most people get honorary degrees. They're given honorary degrees because they already have experience or extensive education.
I have extensive education. Where's my degree?
But they are the people.
Where's your doctorate?
Where's
People
my
who do
honorary?
it do have it. They can use the title, but most of them don't because they recognize probably shouldn't. Unlike people who get appointed by the Queen as knighted by the Queen for
Yes.
music and other talents,
Don't get me started on that.
which I think is super awesome, but it's not in the tradition of
I
actually
wanna be
knighthood.
knighted.
Just saying.
Being
And you get no
knighted
land
by
with it.
the Queen,
And you
would
get no
be
land or
awesome.
anything with
If
it.
you're knighted, you should be recognized for your bravery and honor.
Well, but
I
but
think
you
there
used to get
should be
land. You used to get land.
Responsibilities that come with that, like because you get the land.
Yeah, you used to
and
get land and
serfs,
everything.
right?
Serfs.
Yeah.
What's a serf?
It's a person who serves
It's an
you.
indentured servant.
Untouchables.
Da, 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 da.
So, an honorary degree, what do I have to do to get one?
It's a
Be
recognition.
rich and famous.
No, it's recognition. It is a matter of
by
recognition.
being rich and famous.
A great contribution.
When this podcast finally tops out,
Uh-huh.
then I will get my honorary degree from
I mean, is there
Southeastern
a
Oklahoma.
There you go.
A doctor.
And communications.
Yes. That's my goal.
I feel you.
2034. By then, to obtain my doctorate, I can submit my articles of recognition. By then, surely we'll have won the Golden Geek. By then,
Booyah. Change
And-
the world.
that will be us. Is that all the banter you had to hate on
Yeah.
Taylor Swift?
Pretty
Somehow
much.
relate
What
to
has
Art
she
Deco.
done to you?
I made terrible music about ex-boyfriends that I don't care about.
So why did you
She's so
attack-
angry at Jake Gyllenhaal for leaving a scarf behind. So sorry you left a scarf.
What? I have no idea what
A
he's talking
10-minute song about a scarf.
Apparently some song, but
Yeah.
I mean, she's one of the first people who like you knew exactly who she was talking about,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, she did not
dated
hide it.
people and then immediately made songs
Yeah.
about them when they broke up.
But
with
she
her.
had the TV show that really she had the country music, then the TV show, then everybody got to know her, and then you realize
No, you're
that's a big
thinking of
diff-
Miley Cyrus.
Is that my no, I'm not
I don't
talking.
know
No,
what
no,
TV
she had
show
the
Taylor has.
she had a TV show. Taylor Swift had a TV show with her and her sister. Or,
Where she pretended to be somebody else.
no.
That was
That's not.
Miley
No,
Cyrus.
no, that's
That's
not.
Where
Paris
she
Hilton.
pretended to be.
No, that's Paris Hilton. That's Paris Hilton. Oh, Paris
You're
Hilton.
thinking of Kim Kardashian.
No. I mean, they're all similar, but
Is it called Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
I don't know the difference between Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus. I just realized that
They're
last.
one and the same.
They're the same thing.
Oh God, I thought they were different.
Yeah.
So I was right. Last
Yeah.
episode, I thought they were different people. They are one and the same.
You did not watch that show at all.
I did
You
not.
did not- you did not watch that
because
show at all.
I didn't have. Is it one?
What about Wizards of Waverly with Selena Gomez?
Never watched it. Nickelodeon. Was
Ain't
it
never
on?
seen that.
I didn't have
Disney.
Nickelodeon.
I'll be honest
You
with
know,
you, I didn't even
there's
know Selena Gomez was till a long time ago.
She dated Bieber. Beaver.
No, and then I didn't even know that. All I knew is somebody said when he got married to whoever he got married to.
I can't picture Selena
Listen,
Gomez
this
at
is
all
not
right now.
TMZ. This is a board game episode. I would like.
She's a bald one. Hailey Bieber is a bald one.
Baldwin, yeah, she's a Baldwin. Then she was in a hospital or something.
I didn't
She's
realize there
the
was that
daughter
big
of
of a divide.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah,
She's the daughter of Stephen Baldwin.
Yes,
deal.
Is he
niece
the-
of Alec.
Is he the talented one?
No,
There's
Steven.
Steven. He's the untalented one.
He's not the one who shot somebody on
There's
set.
Alec.
He didn't shoot
Billy.
nobody on
That's
shit.
Steven. He was popular for a while.
Oh, no.
Hey, Biodome.
Biodome.
Biodome. Look at that. That is a sharp goatee, though.
That is,
I don't know when this picture was taken.
I'm going to come out and say this right now. There's no such thing as a sharp goatee.
Stephen Baldwin always.
you
Every
have
time
it
I saw
all,
Stephen
you
Baldwin, I think that
Tony
guy
Stark.
does drugs.
I like
Tony
some
Stark.
Tony Stark has a sharp goatee.
Tony Stark's a billionaire.
He has a
Different.
B in it.
Okay.
It changes.
Doctor Strange.
Why are you bringing
He
up
is
all-
named 2 sharp goatees
all
in a row.
these sexy men?
And they're
Why
all
are you
Marvel.
making
They're all
me-
Marvel. They're all Marvel universe stuff. You notice that?
Marvel-based
I
goatees.
retract my previous statement. I have been hoisted by my own petard.
I can't name a movie, but the last time Ryan Reynolds had a goatee.
I'm there.
I don't think he ever has had one.
I picture.
He should.
Because his face does not need
Ryan
to be covered
Reynolds,
by
if you're
anything.
listening.
Because
I
it's
remember
beautiful
him.
as it is.
You know, Ryan Reynolds is the most unsexy, sexy man you know.
He is. What?
How so?
I mean, he's a cool guy.
How's he unsexy?
He's an unsexy. Like, he's super cool. Like,
No,
he's
hold on.
No.
We need
I
to
can say
explanation.
how-
He's
I
like a
can
super
say
cool
how
dude.
he's unsexy. You know how
He's
he's
like a
unsexy?
super cool dude.
Because he's a goofus.
He's not a goof.
He is a goofus
That
in all
adds
his movies.
to the sex appeal.
That is.
No.
No, he's super cool.
You're laughing,
He's like a
you're
normal
laughing,
dude.
and then you're naked.
No,
He's like a-
no.
I don't know.
He's one of
No.
those.
What
I mean, he's a
happens with
normal
you,
dude. Like if he's
No.
walking down the street, you'd be like, "That dude is a sharp dresser." Okay, I'm gonna tell you the difference
I like
between
his gin.
Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling. What's the difference?
Ryan Gosling is a
Charisma.
fine actor.
Ryan Gosling, you look at him in a suit and you go, "Dude, that dude looks good in a
That is
suit."
a nice
They're
suit.
both
I like that.
very well
I like
built.
that.
Oh,
but
hold
you look
on.
at Ryan Gosling, you like, dude, I could wear his suit. That could look just as good as he can.
No,
you can't be no Ryan Gosling.
No.
Ryan Reynolds.
You think so, for real?
No,
Now, here's one that'll spark
Hold on.
Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds?
don't you
Hold on,
start
hold on.
me on this.
Hugh Jackman in Australia.
Oh my God! When he pours that water like
Oh.
this, with his arm like this, and he pours it from that carafe over his body, and he's like, "Go on, Drover.
No.
Go on, Drover."
I just said no. But
Australian.
when,
no,
hold on.
bloody
when
white.
he walks into that ball in the suit, in the
Yes.
tuxedo,
He is indeed the greatest showman.
Can I ask you a question? We veered way off.
Hugh Jackman in Australia.
We veered way off.
Jack Huge Man.
He said Australia, and that's triggered me. That is an underappreciated movie.
so good.
I love Australia.
Lots of CGI.
Don't care.
CGI cattle that the drover's driving.
The Land Rover.
Land Rover. It's a excellent. I mean, it was a bomb. It didn't make that much money, but I thoroughly enjoy.
This is
Australia.
the weirdest episode
I don't know where we went on this one.
ever had. Bubba, please help
I'm
me.
sorry.
Okay, well, hold on.
Can we talk about the game Art Deco?
No, wait,
the art
one
game?
last,
'Cause it was super cool.
wait. One last
Okay,
comparison.
I'm sorry.
One last comparison.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Paul Rudd.
Oh no, that's not even Paul Rudd. Don't even.
Paul Rudd got his own.
Rudd.
Paul Rudd got his own style.
I
That's
love
right.
Paul Rudd.
But just
I
because
put Paul Rudd above both of them.
But
Oh
the thing is,
my
Paul Rudd, you like
He's the every guy.
you wouldn't brag
He's
about being
charming.
with Paul Rudd.
No, Ryan Reynolds puts on a show for celebrityism. Hugh Jackman doesn't need nobody. Paul Rudd is a genuinely nice
He
guy.
would make you feel
I feel
wanted.
that in my heart.
I feel that.
he would
I
make
feel that in my heart.
there's no argument that no doubt Paul Rudd is a thorough and tender lover. But what we're saying is, who is obviously
No.
the greatest
No,
sex appeal?
Look, so first,
It's gotta
first,
be.
First, we need to go back.
Without a doubt.
If you're going
What?
to talk about it, no. I'm going to go ahead and tell you something. And I know this is going to be non-controversial for me, but Michael B. Jordan got all of them, bro.
Oh,
That's all I got to say.
sorry.
Michael B. Jordan got all of them.
Okay,
'Cause he
here's
got it
my thing.
all.
Now,
He
here's
got it
my
all.
thing. Here's my thing. No, I love Michael B. Jordan. If we're talking straight up sexy, you don't get much harder.
I mean,
than
gentlemen,
Michael B.
Hey, can you
Jordan.
not say
Gentlemen,
that ever again?
No.
I mean, you
but
talking
listen,
about you talking about like
harder
you
than-
talking about a true gentleman, a true gentleman.
I'm talking about. I don't know. Michael B. Jordan has not been in a show that shows me his personality and charisma.
When he walks in and he goes, "What's
he's
up,
just
auntie?" I'm like,
Like,
cool with that. I'm cool with that.
now I don't know his whole repertoire of movies.
got a whole-
Maybe
he
like
got a
I
lot.
should.
He got some range.
yeah.
Where's his like charisma, like comedy, like?
He got some range. I don't know. Any movie, just pick one. Michael B is cool, bro.
Was that good?
What is that?
The Apollo, the Creed.
Oh,
I ain't seen. I
yes.
saw the trailer.
Creed 1 was great.
They say,
Creed 2,
as
not
much
so
money
much.
as it made,
Love that band.
he made. He's making a third one. He's making a third one. No. Anytime Denzel says, after we lost Black Panther, and Denzel's like, the next one is Michael B. We were like, oh, that's it.
I mean,
See,
I can't.
we can get into that real quickly because how are they going to make Michael B the next Black Panther?
Exactly.
And they kind of open that up in
Yeah.
but we can go down that rabbit hole real quick. Let's talk about board games.
Okay
Art
with that.
Deco was a really good game.
It was
though.
a really good
Mike
game.
said it was better in Paris.
He's an idiot.
I did. I enjoyed it more than Paris.
Hilton. Really, it was really better.
I won it. I won it, so I was super happy with it. But I will say this.
I did win too.
I know, man. That's why me and Michael awesome. I will say this. For what it was, it is super, super engaging. Can I say that?
So
I loved it.
Art Deco Rio Grande.
No, stop.
Grande? Ariana Grande game.
Yeah.
Is a deck builder, really?
Kind
Hand
of, but not
management?
Really.
So in
Set
this
collection?
well, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
kind
It's,
of, but not really.
so it's a manipulation of prices of art. So in this game, you are buying art from various galleries, and every time you buy a piece of art from a certain gallery, it will raise its prestige level up, which thus can, at times, increase the price. And as you're doing this, other players, of course, are also buying various pieces of art, which come in like 4 or 5 different colors, and the prices are going up. And at some point in the game, you're going to exhibit these pieces in one of the various areas of the museum. Those various exhibits only want certain types of art, and thus it costs a certain amount of money, raises the prestige, so on and so forth. There's no bidding like you would think of in terms of like modern art,
Bidding, like show bidding.
but the mechanisms remind me a lot of Dune, which I talk about all the time because I love Dune, and I'm not done talking about it.
Dune is an excellent game. Art Deco is a very, very nice game. And it is like this weird, like, it's deck
Concoction.
building, but it's not. And you're running these. It's almost like a stock game in
Yeah.
a sense.
Yeah,
You are. You're boosting the
and
process.
what
Yeah.
I liked about it is that all the pieces of art, all the genres, the 5
I
genres,
actually liked it. Yeah.
all start off at the same level,
It's
and then they increase, and they all increase depending, very much kind of like in modern art, where the piece of arts are sold, how they go up in price. This is whoever buys this art, puts it in their collection, it goes up. So you're trying to drive up pieces of art, but on your turn, you're just drawing 5 cards from your deck, looking at them, and then doing 2 actions, which are generally utilizing the pieces of art for their value to buy other pieces of art, or using those cards to pay for something in terms of paying the museum to exhibit them, and thus raise the price even, raise the value even more. So it when you first look at the game, you're wondering, how does this work out? Like, how do you actually get the prices raised? How do you win at this? It comes very apparent as other players start buying cards, the prices go up, and crazy enough, you can win this game by not exhibiting any pieces of art.
That's
you
true.
can completely
Shout out
ignore
to
the game.
Shout out to Paul, Mr. Paul, who taught
did
us how to do it.
Mike did it, and still someone like myself who's heavily exhibiting pieces of art for victory points as well, instantly victory points.
Yeah, because I did it.
You still, the game is very tight. It's
Number one.
incredibly
He
tight.
wants everyone to know he won.
Yes, but yeah, and it was very odd. The game is a little too
There's-
long, a little dry, but if
It's
you are
too long for what it is.
if you're into dry Euros and you like the whole type of hand management type mechanism that you would find in like Dune, I highly recommend. I keep talking about Dune. I just can't.
So you
The thing-
you thought it was dry?
It is dry.
yeah, I
Thought it was dry the second time?
It was. It is
Okay.
dry.
I didn't
I only
find
played it once.
any much interaction between other players. I like the whole driving up the stock. However, I did not like the track that is in the game in which they track that with. I hate, why ever do they make zigzag tracking score trackers? That is so irritating.
So you don't
Well,
get
when
hit.
you're
rid
talking
of
about
those.
that,
You talking about the
I have
market.
a little bit of a pet peeve when
Talk about the market.
victory point tracker goes all the way around the board and stops at 79.
Like a weird number.
What's
yeah.
a weird number?
Anything other than
stop
100.
at 50
It
or
should-
100.
It should be 1 to 49 or 1 to 99.
Something simple to keep track of, not 80. Grand Austria Hotel does something the same thing.
Yep.
I like this game. If it was 30 minutes shorter, it would be fine. This game is too long, but now granted, this was the first time I played, so it seemed like it went along a little bit longer. We played this with Christopher Preston, listener.
Great head
Shout
of hair.
out.
Great head of hair.
Great head of hair.
Give his mailing address.
From Seminole, Oklahoma.
mailing address.
Again.
What were the first three digits of his social?
I guess
He's gonna
I
be
guess
really
I didn't
freaked
play
out.
it the second time, so I with you guys, so maybe I have a different opinion about it. I understand that, but I would say we should have all be in agreement. I thought it was a beautiful game.
It was beautiful.
I think it's very appealing to look at.
Yes,
A
yes,
guy
yes.
came
It
by and
was
said,
visually appealing.
This is a beautiful game. I was like, yes, it is.
It's not Ryan Reynolds visually.
No,
appealing.
no,
It's
it's
Paul
not.
Rudd.
It's like Paul Rudd.
It's accessible.
Yeah.
It's friendly.
It's like Paul Rudd on
it's
Jimmy Fallon.
comforting.
You had
It's
no
not-
problem approaching this.
That's
It's
right.
not
We looked on the
striking.
box, and they actually had several different illustrators,
Really?
artists design each style of
Oh, wow.
card
A
for
card.
the game.
Actual
cool.
people who know how to draw.
Do
Because I
artistry.
looked at the cards, and I was like, I wonder if these are real drawings.
No, they're all
of the
real
world.
drawings, right? Aren't they?
No, they're not.
Oh, they're
were
not.
created
Oh, my
simply
God,
for
I
the
didn't know
game
that.
by the artists for the
See,
game. That's what Christopher
It was so
looked
good.
up.
It was
Yeah.
so good. I thought it
They're
was.
legit
I thought it was
looking
replicas.
photos. They're really
Yeah.
nice.
It's almost as if these people were almost professional
It's
level
like-
artists.
actually
I'm a
were
professional
artists.
level artist.
Who would know?
Who would know?
I enjoyed this game. I'm glad I found it at BGG and played it. I picked it out of the library because I love modern art, and this looked like a very interesting game. 2021 release by Rio Grande.
Real quick,
Used to be
because
Gosling.
I know that Bubba and Mike are going to be gone tomorrow.
Right.
So I want to discuss Paint the Roses, a cooperative deduction game that is
Way looks super simple.
overproduced.
Yes.
Overproduced.
Is that what's
for what it
overproduced?
is. No, I mean, for me, it's like beautiful. It's perfectly produced. Like a very nice board, very nice pieces.
It's super deceptive, man.
Quality pieces.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Yeah, everything
good
looks
stuff.
good. Yeah, it looks good.
So you have this board, and you have basically the shapes of the cards in a deck. So you have diamonds, spades, clubs, and hearts. Then you also have different colored roses, which are like purple, pink, yellow, red. That may be it. Maybe 4 and 4.
Mm.
So in this game, you draw a card, and if I draw a card, I'm either shapes and or colors of what's on the board in front of me. And depending on the cards you draw, it's a variety of different shapes, colors, or shapes and colors intermingled in a variety of ways. And you have to deduce what each person has in their hand based on the tiles they lay on the board in front of them. It sounds complicated right now because I'm terrible at explaining games, and I hate explaining games, quite frankly.
I love it.
But playing the game is super simple. In fact, there's like various modules in the game, and we were confused by that. No, Paint the Roses is its own base
Mhm.
game.
So when we talk about the production value of this game, sometimes we don't talk about the little things. For me, they could have easily just put lines in the garden that you're painting these roses in, but instead each one of the little tiles that you pick up
They're
have
actual
its
tiles.
own little divot
Yeah.
in the
They're
board,
actual tiles.
which locks it in place. It's really nice. Very production value is awesome. But when it comes down to playing the game, the two people who are trying to guess what you have, or three people, or however many you're playing with, there's just a lot of conversation back and forth, deducting on what you chose out of the 4 tiles that you have options from, and then where you placed it, and then based on that and what your clues you put out there, because that's basically how they know what's in your hand. You place the cubes or clues down to let them know this matches up once, this matches up twice, or this matches up 3 times based on what's available.
I thought it was a delight. I thought it was. I thought you ever had something to drink, and then you taste it, and you think, "Oh, this is kind of simple initially," and then the more you feel it, the flavor in your mouth, the more complex you realize it is. That's what this board game was to me. You look at it, and it's like an Alice in Wonderland theme almost. because a woman is named Alice and she's in a garden looking at a cat or something, or whatever it was, or a rabbit or whatever in the garden, and you're reading it and you're like, oh, this is like a kid movie, a kid game or whatever, because it comes across that way.
The theme is
theme is super simple. You're like, okay, this is going to be really simple, really quick. And then as you pull it out, it's like, oh, this is rather complex. This has some variables in it. This is a little head scratcher. And it comes across, and I like that. It was a surprise. I will say this. I like it because it was a surprise. It was one of those games that I can play every once in a while. I probably couldn't play like 3 or 4 times in a row.
On your turn, you're going to place a tile. Then you're going to place a clue on that tile if it matches a card that you have. And everyone at the table will do the same thing, even if it's not your turn. So if the person to your left placed the tile and it happens to match your card, you're going to place a clue token on it. Then you have to discuss as a group, do we think this matches a card among us? And of course, if it's your own card, you can't speak up and say, hey, this is my card perfectly.
It's mine.
But so me and Mike would have to say, Bubba placed this here. It's a purple and a red. And you just deduce. And they have some things that you can mark out, like some helper cards that you can
which you need
mark
to use.
them out. We didn't use those in the beginning, but then we realized how hard the hard cards were. So then we started using them like, oh yeah, those are actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
And see, that's another thing is it breaks it down because you draw your card, whatever you're supposed to be painting the roses. They have 3 different stacks, easy, medium, and hard.
And you choose, yeah.
And it's broken down because easy's just color and color. So
you got to stay a step. You got to stay ahead of the queen. So each card that you guess
has certain points
on your whim, like it's easies are 1s, mediums are 2s and 3s, and the hards were 4s and 5s. That's how many spaces ahead of the queen you will move, because the queen is always chasing you. Each turn she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or double steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're guessing wrong, and because you have to guess. Every turn, you have to guess at least 1 card.
So you might as well guess, even if you have... Here's the thing. Here was one issue. Come on, Jerry. Come on. Even though you didn't play this game, you can still have not interrupt our conversation.
This guy cheated on his girlfriend, and she just dropped him off at the swimming pool.
Is that a euphemism for going to the bathroom like Jessica Simpson?
I know. I'm invested in their story now.
Well, so what's she going to do with him?
She just left him. She dumped him. As one would.
At the swimming pool?
Yes.
No,
as she should.
Some people don't. Some people kill you.
And said, you go call your side.
Cheat on me once, I'm done.
That's how I feel.
Some people kill you.
That's what I'm going to do.
So getting left alive is good.
I've zoned out there.
Paint the Roses was really good.
It was surprisingly good.
There are some issues with you can draw a card and you have this.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it, but you have 4 tiles. You may place tiles that you don't have a card invested in.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm going to place a tile and just hope that somebody can clue it and we can guess somebody's card correctly.
But that's part of the deduction. Yeah. Because even if I choose a tile, and this happened several times with me and Bubba, we would choose a tile that we didn't have any options to place a clue on.
Exactly.
But based on what we chose out of the set and where we placed it, you could deduce from that
deduce.
The thing about that though is there are times in which you can take all the various 15 different options of what it could be and narrow it down to like 50-50. So the better you are at deducing, the greater the chance that you'll deduce successfully.
It's far worse odds than 50-50.
Yeah, saying deduce a lot.
O.J. Simpson, deduce.
No, he's the Jews.
Oh,
the Jews.
He was the Jews.
The Jews. Can you really have an OJ joke down?
The Jews.
The Jews.
I think OJ was canceled before canceling.
Did he do it the second time?
Canceled like in 1994.
He did it the first time.
He said he did. Didn't he? Said he did it.
Then he stole some memorabilia.
And he got busted.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You don't mess with people's memorabilia.
That's right. He said it was his to begin with.
Which is weird.
It is true.
That would be like me going up to somebody at this convention and ripping off their board game snob shirt off their back and being like, this is
mine. Without me, there is no this.
And I've seen several people with our memorabilia.
I was very...
have y'all seen people with it?
Brought a tear to mine.
Are you serious?
Chad Chasson was wearing one of our shirts.
Is that the what's called?
Drew Horsley messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm wearing one of your shirts if you see me." Drew, I hope, well, he won't know this because this is in the future and in the past, another tenant situation. But I don't know if we'll see Drew or not.
I think we will. I have faith.
Here?
Drew, it was a pleasure to have met you.
What else?
super
What
cool.
other game you played? We played Parade, the Alice in Wonderland card game with Joffrey. That was not bad. I enjoyed it. The Z-Man game edition.
Oh, Parade was
I didn't
good,
play
yeah.
it with him.
I
I didn't play it
enjoyed
with him.
Parade. We also got in a game of Skull, which of course people forget that I am the champion at Skull, and I won.
I don't know. You think you're the champion ever again?
We played QE.
You have
which
selective
stands
memory
for
loss.
Quantity inventation.
I really like QE.
Quantitative easing.
Quantitative easing.
You mean like in the stocks?
Yes. Where
Like
you
what the Feds does?
yes.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
bid,
it was good.
You bid on stuff, but
Are you serious?
Yes, you bid on stuff, but you just make up a number.
I'm quite interested in that. How do you make a? I guess I can see how
So,
you can
for
make a board
instance,
game.
the first
But
bid
that's such a concept that people don't understand.
The first bid
fascinating.
was-
It was a fascinating game to play.
was Joffrey started off the bidding with 1,000. You just write it
Jeffrey.
down,
Hmm.
and I bid 2,000 and won it. And then the rest of the auctions, none of my bids, which we're all secretly writing down, were ever winning. And then I found out that I'm bidding like $50,000 a piece, and they're bidding in the quadrillions.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because
It was pretty funny.
they don't understand
Economy.
inflation, and I do.
And that's why you lost.
I tied up most of y'all and only spent, I think, at the end of the game, like 5
You lost
quadrillions.
tremendously.
No, I
just
didn't.
say it.
No, I didn't.
Who
You
won
lost
that
I
one?
was very
tremendously.
close to you.
Who
You
won
don't
You
that?
lost tremendously.
You're lying.
Like I
Pull
gave
up the
Jerry.
board.
Huh?
What was
Pull
your
up-
score?
Sorry, wait,
Scores?
Mike's trying to say something.
Pull up the scores. Who won that one?
Yeah, I'm very interested.
Let's hear what his.
I would like to.
let's hear his
I'm gonna have to go
definition
look this
of-
game up.
Just hear his definition of tremendous.
Mike had 33.
Ooh.
Jeffrey Peterson
Joffrey.
had
Quit
26.
doxing our people.
I had 22. Jerry had 20.
Oh, tremendously lost.
Yeah, you lost. You were in fourth
No,
place.
that's not tremendous.
You were in fourth place.
That's not what you said.
You were in
said
fourth
tremendous,
place.
meaning
You were in fourth
no,
place.
No, you
And
can you
Caitlin-
not say that you're wrong.
Caitlin.
God.
Sadly, this has the. this does
her
have
name
the,
is Rachel.
Why do we have Caitlin on here?
I don't know who Caitlin is,
I have Caitlin.
but we apologize, Rachel.
Please.
I severely have Caitlin
I know
on
you
here.
severely.
He was trying to spell suffering succotash, and somehow it autocorrected to
I think Caitlin was on the badge somewhere.
No,
Nope.
Maybe it was Rachel Caitlin?
No,
No.
it's
Peterson?
Rachel. You're just making it up.
Rachel, send us an email.
Why did I write
Quit
down
doxing
Caitlin?
our fans,
Okay.
please.
Anyway, she has 0 because it does have the high society
So,
aspect
not
of the fact that
tremendously.
if you're the person that has spent way
Thank
too
you,
much,
Michael.
then you're just out of the game.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael, for pointing out how wrong he was.
I got you.
And despite his lack of wanting to admit
Quantitative
it,
easing. That's
QE
good.
was a great game.
I
It
got
was.
It was very fascinating.
And how do you win? How do you win? I mean, what is the
you're-
metric?
There's a
collecting
level
points.
there's a scoreboard,
Okay.
and you have to click things off and
Okay.
check these things off.
So, just real quick, Jeff and Rachel had played this game before.
Geoff.
Jeff, all right.
Caitlin.
So when they bid, they won the first 2 except for the one that you got.
Correct. On the
So
cheap.
and the way it works is the person who flips over the tile, we are the only ones that see the bids. So when it made it to me after Rachel's turn, that's when I realized, oh, we didn't understand how this bidding was working. Because we were still dealing in the thousands. Even if we were bidding 100,000, these jokers are 1 trillion, 2
Yeah,
trillion,
you gotta go
25
big.
million.
They're just making
That's
up
the whole
numbers.
point.
They are just throwing
They're
large
literally
amounts of numbers
making up
because they
numbers.
knew by the end it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So
But it does.
it was hilarious when it made it to Jerry and Gabi, and it was their turn to see the bids, the look on their face.
Yes.
Because it
You're
was
literally
very
just
apparent. You're like,
making up
oh,
numbers.
I have no idea how this is working
You're
right
just
now.
making up a number and going along.
Now, when you're bidding like, I'm going to put down 20,000, and Caitlin put down 1
Who's
trillion.
Caitlin?
Rachel,
That's her
name
name.
is Rachel.
That's her name in my book.
We are sorry, Rachel.
It's your
She put
BGG
down a
name.
trillion.
It's your BGG name.
And so then I'm like, 1 trillion. Then it was Jerry's turn, and he flipped it over. I'm like, I put down 1 billion. And he looked at me and rolled his eyes and was talking about how ridiculous that was because he didn't know that I was
didn't
still
roll my
999 billion away from being the person in the
I
lead.
didn't say anything to
You did. I could
did
see the
not.
disdain and your
I
look
didn't
in your
say
eyes.
anything.
You gave it away with
I
every
did-
fiber of your
You
being.
just keep making stuff up. I didn't say
So
anything.
do you
I
cause
can't
inflation?
roll my
There
eyes.
was a look.
I have
I'm sure it was.
ocular nerve damage.
Does it like cause
No,
inflation?
see,
and all
that's the beauty of
Like, how
this
does it
is
work?
the amount of money that you're
Doesn't
throwing out. You
matter.
are printing your own money. It does not
I mean,
matter
it's just like
until
the
the
government.
end. Until the end.
Mhm.
Because the person who spent the most amount of money, like Gabi said earlier,
That's
the
why Rachel lost.
That's the reason why Rachel lost is because she threw out. Don't confuse me. That's her name, Rachel. She threw out like it was 15 quadrillion, and I happened to be the one who knew, and that's really the only reason why I was able to win.
It's a fascinating game
All right. Well,
of made-up numbers.
quantitative easing, is
QE.
it's very fascinating because
Yes.
that's the housing market is quantitative easing, and which has led to the inflation that we see now.
But
But
don't
anyway,
start
it's
being
about the
smart.
No, I
okay?
just say it's very interesting that they made a board game out of it.
Gabi,
I'm very
just because someone has a mortgage doesn't
very
mean
interested in it.
I had a mortgage and I sold out.
Basic
That's going to do it for this
knowledge.
episode.
All right, that sounds
Economics
good.
sold
We're at the
out.
41.
We are at the 40-something mark.
All right,
Tight 40.
Type 40.
Now, is this another Type 40?
It's another Type 40. I like to keep it in the 40s.
Can we watch Obi-Wan now?
We need to watch Obi-Wan. I'm Gabi. We're going to watch Obi-Wan. With me today was, let's go circular so that people can envision how we sat. I'm Gabi sitting here, Jerry to my left,
Yes, this is Jerry to the left.
and then Mike left of him,
Yes, sir.
and then Bubba left of him, but then to my right because we're sitting in a circle.
I would say
In a
my new
Rondell
name,
In
fashion.
a rondell fashion.
my new BGG name is Michael B. Jordan.
We got Dave Chappelle.
Okay, no, we need to stop right now.
You look
Don't.
like Dave Chappelle.
That's going to do it for this episode of Board Game Snobs. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.